Hey y'all, welcome to ToNaturali Talks. In this video, I'll just be talking about a couple of things from my skin to my hair to being overly critical of yourself and maybe even some other things. First thing I wanted to mention is that as far as my hair is concerned, I've kind of figured out the cause of why I've been noticing a lot of shedding and breakage and just my hair just not behaving as usual. And even though moisture plays a big part, there's other things as well that could play a part. So I did get my vitamin D levels checked. I got my hormone levels checked and found out that I am low progesterone. I'm actually below, like very low in vitamin D. So right now I am on vitamin D supplements. I was taking the bioidentical form of vitamin D and I ran out, so I picked up some vitamin D3 drops that I've been taking for maybe like 2 or 3 days now. And so yeah, I've just been on that. I've been on vitamin D for at least a month or so, and I've been on progesterone for a month. So at first I was taking progesterone in pill form for a month, and then I switched over to the cream. So far everything's okay. I haven't noticed a drastic difference. Let me show you, like I saved this hair from a time that I detangled my hair. This was probably like, I want to say back in January, but I felt like this was more than usual of how much hair, was coming out. And I don't feel like I should be detangling that much hair. And this is just like, this is more so like the shed hair like I get from my brush or even from in my sink. But even like the little pieces, which is breakage, like there's a lot of that. And there's still a lot of breakage. So that's kind of been frustrating me. And at this point, I'm just kind of like, darn, do I just need to do like a mini big chop and just get all these bad ends off? Because I do have some bad ends and I really would like a professional trim, because the last trim I did was either January or February, and I don't think I did too great of a job. I mean, it almost as if my hair was like uneven in some places. My hair's been giving me so many problems and it's very, very frustrating. So that's what's been going on with my hair. Breakage and shedding, that's pretty much it. Oh, and webbing, a lot of webbing, and it's like it knots up close to my roots, sort of. Sometimes it knots up midway on my hair. It's just a mess. So that's what's been going on with my hair. As far as my skin, you guys can see a difference. I mean, these are all just dark spots. These aren't active pimples or anything like that. These are just dark spots that I'm currently working on clearing up. I have one pimple that's active, but the rest are just flat. Like everything has cleared up pretty nicely. And so yeah, just working on clearing up the dark spots. My acne skin program that I'm on, I've been on for 3 months now, so I have a month left until I'm done. But yeah, it has involved me changing my diet and just using their skincare products. And so yeah, I think it's been working out great for me. The only thing that I'm not too happy with is that I'm noticing more hyperpigmentation around my mouth. And like, yeah, just around my mouth area, I'm noticing a lot more pigmentation. Excuse me, a lot more hyperpigmentation. I don't know if that's because of the products or because my skin has gotten so dry from the products or what. But I know that they're like big on making sure that your skin doesn't get too overly dry. So when I mentioned to them that, hey, like I'm noticing hyperpigmentation, they recommended this like Hydra Balance serum or whatever. So I'll go more into details later on about what I've been doing. But the only thing that I'm not happy about is I'm noticing hyperpigmentation, and I'm not quite sure why, but that's what's been going on. Another thing I want to talk about is being overly critical of yourself. That's something that I struggle with, and sometimes I get down about it because I'm like, dang, why am I so self-critical of myself? It's like I get so hard on myself, especially when I make a mistake or if I hurt someone's feelings and I don't intend to, or just anything, and it's like I beat myself up over it, and I don't know why. And I think maybe a part of it is because like I'm striving just to be this amazing great person, and I know I'm an amazing person, but when I fall short, it's like I really beat myself up over it. And so sometimes I get really down on it and I dwell on it, and I'm just a very self-critical person. I mean, I'm not horrible, I can be, but overall I am a self-critical person of myself, and it's just very, very difficult to kind of get out of that mode and to just keep focused on like the lesson learned, you know. That's what I need to focus on. What did I learn from this? You know, what life lesson did I learn from this? I was talking to my brother earlier about an incident that happened to me earlier this week, and how I was just feeling really, really down about it. And he was just like, you know, you just have to, you know, in this world, sometimes you just have to follow the proper protocol. And because I fell short of following the proper protocol, and I was just like, oh my god, I should have did this, I should have did that, why didn't I do this, you know? And I realized that a lot of times I need to look out more for myself than others. And I remember the other day I was thinking about that. I was like, wow, you really been putting other people's happiness or putting other people's concerns or just worrying about being the inconvenience to others, or just worrying about being this to others and that you just forget about yourself. And I realized I've been doing that, and I'm like, that's why. And I realized if I hadn't been so focused on being like an inconvenience to someone a couple days ago, then the situation probably would have turned out different. And so, you know, I just think about, I'm like, dang, like, and so I beat myself up over it, and it's like I can't go back and change it. I have to just let it go and keep moving. And that's my thing. It's like I need to let go and keep it moving. Are any of y'all like me, or have y'all ever been in my boat? Because if so, I would love for you to share down below what you've done to help, you know, yourself, or what has helped you. That way, if anyone else is going through it, they can read what has helped you, and in hopes that maybe it'll help them. I definitely would love y'all's feedback. This is just a ToNaturali Talks. So I'll just be coming to you guys talking about various things that are close and dear to me. Another thing too is I notice how social media can affect your outlook on yourself if you let it. I feel personally that it's easy to get so sucked in to, you know, the world's view of what is great or beautiful or smart, intelligent, just how social media can have a negative impact on people, and then for some people it can be positive. I mean, I think there's a mix of it, but I'm noticing more and more that there's more of a negative effect, because more and more people are feeling like, man, do I need to look a certain way? And I think I mentioned this in one of my past videos, but especially like Instagram and so forth, or, you know, with all the Insta models, or all the latest trends that are going on, or wanting or feeling like you have to look a certain way to fit in. And it's just like, be careful to not get caught up into that, because we all know that a lot of it is just a persona, or it's just what's that word, facade. I think that's the word. Or just a facade, or just don't feel that you have to look a certain way to fit in. Like, you have to kind of sit back and be like, did I like this before? Am I liking it because everyone else likes it? You know, the best thing that you can be is you, if anything. I know that there are people that do get depressed on social media. At times I find myself, probably shouldn't say depressed so loosely. I know there are a lot of people who get sad, you know, feeling like they should look a certain way or be a certain way. It's just so many different feelings that can come based on what is on social media, and especially the mindsets. Not to be negative or judgmental, but I'm noticing more and more that the mindsets of people today are becoming like narrow, and it's just becoming more and more narrow, you know. People, I've become so much more judgmental, and it's like there's so much hypocrisy that I see on social media. I don't know how to explain it to you guys. I just see so much hypocrisy, so much bullying. It's really, really sad. But if anything, keep giving love to others, especially during these last days. It's just like you really have to just keep focused on the more important things and the prize. I hope you guys enjoyed this ToNaturali talk today, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. So there's one more thing that I wanted to leave with you guys, and my coworker had mentioned this to me because I was talking to him a little bit about it, and he was like, the more you aspire and try to do, the more mistakes you're going to make by necessity, unless you're perfect. So realize that if you're not making any mistakes, you're not making any progress. Therefore, it would be a mistake to make no mistakes. And I thought those were really good words of wisdom. And he also brought out to me, he was like, put yourself in your parents' shoes. Would you want to see your child being very hard on themselves? And of course the answer is no, right? No one wants to see their child hurt or in pain. So if your parent is telling you to not be so hard or so tough or very critical of yourself, then, you know, take it to heart and take it to mind that it affects them too, and they don't want to see you unhappy. But then maybe too it's because, you know, this is life. In life you're going to make mistakes, and you have to just learn that this is just part of being human, and to always find a lesson in the mistakes that you make, because as we all know, we're imperfect humans. Think of how your parent would want you to cope with your mistake. That is all I want to share with you all. Hopefully this was some kind of helpful, and I hope that some of you all leave some encouraging words. That way anyone else who is watching or is reading the comments down below can get something from it or be encouraged. But yeah, I'll see you on my next video.